Well, well, well. You know the saying, all great things must come to an end. Now, it is being reported that Shannon Sharpe is leaving Fox Sports Undisputed. Now, we all know what Undisputed is. It's the show with Shannon and Skip Bayless. He been there for about 7 years. You know, Skip Bayless used to work with Stephen A. Smith on ESPN. He left to go to Fox for more money. And when he left, he decided that Shannon Sharpe would be the perfect partner. Now, if you watch this show or if you see any of the clips online, I think we all seen this coming. Oftentimes, I felt like Skip oftentimes disrespected Shannon Sharpe a whole lot. And I always wonder, how long will the disrespect last? How long would Shannon Sharpe actually deal with this? It's interesting. But at the same time, I always thought, well, are they really, like, is Skip really disrespecting Shannon like this? Or do they got something going on for TV? Because, you know, one thing about TV is it's all about ratings. You got to make the show interesting. And, you know, they always do things to, you know, spice up the show a little bit. Like, hey, we're going to make it look like we really mad at each other and make it look like we really going at each other on this take. And, you know, when the cameras go off, we shake hands and we did a great job and we got some hot takes. You know, hot takes is what go viral. That's when they say stuff like, they'll say something like, you know what? LeBron James is a horrible basketball player. He ain't one of the greatest of all time. Or they'll say something like, Michael Jordan is not the greatest of all time. He played in the 90s. He couldn't play today. Just something crazy that'll get the people talking to make those hot takes. But we all seen what happened on that situation when Damar Hamlin for the Bills was knocked out on the football field. Remember, it was a football game. He was knocked out. Everybody was crowded around. It looked like he was about to die right there on the field. And Skip has sent out let me see if I can find this tweet. See if I can find this tweet. Because I want to say exactly what he said. Because he was basically saying like, hey, you know, I understand this man is on the ground and I understand this man is dying, but, you know, pretty much it's late in the season and this game has to go on. That was pretty much the basis of his tweet. And then the next day, Shannon Sharpe didn't come on the show. Oh, here it go. It says, Bayless in a stream of cautious tweets sent after Hamlin had collapsed, but before the rest of the game had been canceled, wrote, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game. But how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. Now, a lot of people felt that was disingenuous. They was like, man, forget this game. This dude is literally dying on the field. Forget the game. They need to stop the game. So Shannon Sharpe had an issue with that. He pretty much missed the next day. And when he came back, he was pretty much explaining why he, missed that day. And he was wanting Skip to take down the tweet. And then Skip pretty much was like, I ain't taking down nothing. I stand on what I said. I said what I said. Whatever they say, I said it. And then they had the whole issue where he started comparing him to Tom Brady and was basically calling Shannon a scrub. Now, Shannon is one of the best tight ends in NFL history. I definitely don't have him no lower than number 3. And you know, some people may feel like the spots number 1, 2, and 3 are interchangeable. A lot of people think Gronk is the greatest. A lot of people think Tony Gonzalez is the greatest, and then you got Shannon Sharpe. Like, you could put either one of those in 1, 2, or 3. You can like move them around 1, 2, or 3. I know Shannon Sharpe ain't no lower than 3. Shannon Sharpe got 3 Super Bowl rings. And Skip Bayless was like trying to compare him to Tom Brady. And like, well, you wish you could play this long. And, you know, and when Shannon was like, hey, man, why you dissing me? Shannon started getting hype. And Skip told him, put your fucking glasses back on. Now, he didn't say the F word, but he pretty much, he like caught himself. He's like, oh, put your fucking glasses on. And we knew from that spot, after all the disrespect that was going on during the show, that's the first time where I said, you know what? I think this show, these issues that they've been having, I think those may be real issues. As far as like the disrespect, the arguing, it been multiple times where one of them will be talking about a point, and then they'll keep interrupting each other, and they'll be like, you know what? Never mind. Go ahead. Go. I remember one time Skip was interrupting Shannon, and Shannon said, you know what? Forget it. You go ahead and talk. And, you know, and Skip was like, no, finish. And Sharpe was like, no, you go ahead. Since you want to keep interrupting me, you go ahead. And then, you know, Skip Bayless did his, it's my turn. So like I said, I honestly seen this coming from a mile away. Even with the issue, it was a chick that was on the show, you know, like the narrator. If you notice, that's a different woman than who was on there at first, because she got bucked over, I think it was a situation over, was it the weight of one of the coaches for the Dallas Cowboys? It was something like that, but she got bucked, and I said, she's about to be out of there. She's not about to be there for too much longer. You know, she started feeling herself a little bit too much, and then they got rid of her ass, and that's why you see the new chick that's on there. But hey, they said they reached a buyout agreement. It'll be interesting to see where Shannon Sharpe go next. I wouldn't mind seeing him on ESPN. With Stephen A. It's going to be interesting to see who Skip Bayless brings on. And I wouldn't be surprised if Skip Bayless kind of did what Stephen A. Smith is doing right now. How Stephen A. Smith, he got rid of Max Kellerman, and then he kind of got like a rotation of people that he debates with throughout the week. I wouldn't be surprised if we seen a format like that with Skip Bayless. You know, Stephen A. Smith said he felt the show was getting dull. I don't think he liked Max at all. So he had to get rid of him, and you know, he had to quote unquote spice things up a little bit. So that may be the direction that Skip goes, or maybe he just get a new partner or whatnot. Now, I don't know what type of contract that Shannon Sharpe was in, but he was bought out. So I don't know. A lot of times they have contracts like, well, if you leave here, you can't go to our competitor. Like, you can't go to one of our competitors, so you can't go to ESPN, etc. But if you bought out, I don't know the language of the man's contract. So, like I said, we will see. But I want you to go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this story. Do you think it was, one more thing. They also said that Shannon Sharpe, Club Shay Shay, is also leaving Fox. Now, that's great news for Shannon. And I say that because a lot of these people don't own their shows to where they can take it. It's like a lot of these commentators and, you know, on air analysts, they don't own those shows they be doing on like their YouTube channels. It's like the company. So once you leave, you got to like start all over from scratch. So I wonder if that was something that was negotiated with Shannon Sharpe in his buyout. Like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and take Club Shay Shay with me. Because, you know, Club Shay Shay got a lot of great interviews. But you let me know how you feel about this story. Do you think it was time for him to go? Do you think he just finally got tired of the disrespect? You know, did you even like Shannon on the show? Like always, y'all be safe. And remember, no matter what's going on in life, the facts remain the same. There's no game but tie game.